Alright, what's up guys? We're back with another gear review. We're doing a non-paid gear review for SpotterUp.com, and today what we're going to talk about is the high-speed gear reflex IFAK kits, right? Individual first aid kit. And it's got some really great features and things I like about it. There's a couple things that I might change if I was the boss for the day, but that's, my personal opinion. But it's a pretty squared away piece of kit, and I'm going to break it down and open it up and show you what it's all about. Alright, so we're going to break down this high-speed gear reflex IFAK kit. So you can see here I've got some items attached to the external portion of it. This thing has two main components, right? You have the external sleeve, which is fully adjustable with shock cord. Then you have the internal pouch, which contains, it's self-contained, it folds up and holds all your other supplies. Here on the external portion, it's connected with Molly or PALS webbing tabs, as you can see here. Alright, in the back I'm running a small pair of trauma shears. On the top, in this bungee cord, I'm running a tourniquet, right, a cat tourniquet. And then in the front, I have a big Sharpie for writing down essential information like vital signs taken every 5 to 15 minutes depending on the patient's status. I've got a red chem light which we use to identify casualty collection points, and I also have an IR chem light for if we're trying to stay a little more covert. This sleeve can also be adjusted, the width of it, with the shock cord with the adjustable tabs on it, same as with the tourniquet holder. If you look at the internal pouch, you have some Velcro, the pile side Velcro, to attach identification patches or markers like so. You could attach IR identifiers or whatever the heck you want. Red Cross, you name it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the retainers, the bungee retainer cords. Take a look what I have in here. Now, one concern about the kit, or one of the things to take note of, is the more you cram into this thing, the bulkier it's going to be and jet out away from your body, which will cause it to snag on things depending on how you're using this. If you're on an assault team, run through confined space or something like that, that could be a little bit of a problem getting snagged on everything. Anyways, however you run it is up to you, but you got some different features here. I've got a SAM chest seal. I've got some compressed gauze, rolled up gauze. I got a typical old cravat. On the other side, which is also has Velcro retention to hold it closed with a flap, I've got some more stretch gauze bandage. I've got a couple of Celox hemostatic gauze dressings. I have a nasopharyngeal tube. I have an Asherman's chest seal, a little bit old school to kind of show my age. And another sized, a larger NPA tube, as well as a 14 gauge angiocath catheter for conducting needle decompressions. And you can see that this thing has, this snap retainer. You have some expanding slots here to put some different items in, i.e. the angiocath. On the exterior of this pouch, you have a pull handle on each side if you decide to use it with this carrier. You don't have to do that. You can completely carry this by itself in a rucksack or what have you, whatever your preference is. But I really like this kit. This thing is built like a brick shithouse. The sewing here is like top of the line, top notch. I really like it a lot. You have drainage ports with these grommets, so if your kit gets wet, it can kind of drip dry. This thing is made in the USA, and it's super durable. Now, I talked about some positive. I talked about mentioning some things I would change. The positive I already mentioned, right? The durability and the versatility of this pouch. Some things I might change. There's really not a whole lot. I didn't like how much it does stand out away from you depending on where you wear this thing. I don't typically wear a IFAK kit on a gun belt. I keep my gun belt very slicked down especially when I was operational. But if it's just a flat range and I'm just, out there shooting or whatever, on the belt's fine. Operationally, I would wear this thing on the back of my vest, my plate carrier. But just really, that's controlled how bulky it is by how much you pack it. So if you feel like you got to take a lot of stuff, it's going to be a little bit bigger. Another kind of, I don't want to call it a weakness, this bungee, this shock cord, with time and exposure to elements, will wear out, will get frayed or sun damaged by UV rays. So this stuff needs to be replaceable, which you can buy your own shock cord in bulk and make your own. It's not hard at all. But that's just kind of some of the downsides. They're not really downsides. Most of your kit nowadays uses some type of bungee, and that's just that. That's how it is. Alright guys, so now we're going to show you how this thing was meant to deploy. Depending on where you wear this IFAK kit, whether it's on the side, the front, the back, whatever, you got to kind of figure out and rehearse how you're going to use it. Remembering that if you've sustained a lot of blood loss, you might have an altered mental status, or you could be injured, so you're going to have to use, if you have an injured extremity, left hand, right hand, arm, whatever, maybe you have a tourniquet on one of your arms, you're going to have to use that strong arm or that less weaker arm to get it out and to use it. Something to think about. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to kind of show you how this thing was meant to be deployed. So you have the two Hyperlon handles on the side. Depending on which way you want to go, it should slide right out of the sleeve like so, and then you can pull it out and access your medical supplies. Now I'm going to give you a little guidance on my opinion on where to place this thing. I think on the lower back is a terrible idea, just because if you sustain serious trauma and you've lost a lot of blood, you may not be able to be strong enough to pull that out depending on where it is, especially if it goes higher on your back. A lot of times in combat when we use these IFAKs, it's actually somebody else accessing that IFAK and using it on yourself. But it is meant to be deployed by yourself for self-aid. So just keep that in mind and check it out. Check out High Speed Gear. They make some great products. And so if you like this video, make sure you click the like button. I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to this channel and help support us. You guys have a good one.